Hi everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Gardening channel. My name is Emmanuel Arce, well known as the Ultimate Gardener. Come join me in growing generation by generation. So Ultimate Gardeners, before starting this video, I do want to acknowledge that this is the last video I'm making for the year 2021. This has been an amazing year for the Ultimate Gardening channel, not to mention the huge rides we had and meeting new gardeners, meeting new things in the garden, meeting new plants, meeting new experiments and everything in the garden. It's just been an amazing year for me personally. I know the world has been going through a pandemic and everything, and it's not been amazing for a lot of people out there. But for me personally, 2021 has been an amazing year because my social media platforms have been on a rise, and I'm able to show everybody out there how to grow their own food, and it's just been an exciting journey thus far. I can't wait to see what the year 2022 has in store for us, and I just can't wait to start the year strong with a new video for you guys to see, and I just can't wait. So that's my little input about 2021. So let's go ahead and jump right in this video. So to main gardeners, in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to grow a citrus in a container. A lot of us gardeners are limited to very little space, to no space, but yet we want to grow our own fruits and veggies in the garden, but we don't have a lot of space to plant trees in the ground or veggies in the ground. And so one alternative that has been trending lately is growing trees in containers, especially citrus, because a lot of us gardeners like to have some type of citrus in the garden, especially lime or lemon or oranges. Those are the most commonly used ones in the garden, but there's so much out there in the garden for you to experiment and try out. So they'll try to settle on one tree, try to settle on multiple, and try to expand your experiment idea. Try to be open to new concepts out there. But we're gonna keep it simple today, and I'm gonna be planting in this container a Eureka lemon tree. I got this at Lowe's for a decent price, and so I'm gonna be planting it in this container that you've guys seen before. This is the container I planted a tropical plant arrangement in, but it's gonna be the permanent new home for this citrus. So there's a few key points you need to know when growing citrus in a container. Number one, you want to have a good size container to plant your citrus in, because you want to bump up the size of the nursery container at least by 2, based on what a lot of gardeners like me have recommended. Because you don't want to plant it out in a small container, because then you'll have to transplant it over and over again. So you want to find it a permanent home where it could have root space and it could stay there for a quite good period of time. So it could establish and it could start fruiting hopefully within that year or the next following up year. Point number 2, you want to have some type of fertilizer or citrus food. Here I have Citrus Stone that I have been using for a long time now. This has been a good product for me and has been shown it works. And so one thing's for sure, you do want to add a little bit of this onto your container before planting. So that's what we're going to do now. Like so. Not that much, but decently. Then you're going to rough it up to the surface, like so. So coming at number 3, we added the fertilizer, we have our decent pot, so now it's time to plant our citrus tree. So all gardeners like us recommend to plant it in the middle where it wouldn't be up against the plastic, or it could have more root space available to it. I know I've seen some gardeners out there incorporate a citrus tree with other things out there, but we're just gonna keep it simple and have one lemon tree in this container. So we're gonna put it in the middle, make sure we have enough root space for the citrus tree to grow in. So to main gardeners, I made my hole here, and right when I was pulling the citrus up from its container, it broke in half. So I could see right here that it was not rooted in completely well. So that's not big of a problem, I would say, but be careful. You want to be careful with it right away because it just got its roots disrupted, but that's no problem at all. We'll just fix it up soon, and I'll tell you guys how to do that. So you want to pat the soil in between where the roots are, so you don't have any air pockets available, because that will just make watering way difficult, or it will not allow the plant to suck up the water as easy because there's air pockets everywhere. So you want to provide a good environment for your tree to grow. So a few care tips on growing citrus in containers is: number one, you want to place it in a full sun location where it could receive 6+ hours of direct sun. All citrus require this, unless it's a special citrus that requires partial sun, but I know most of your varieties of citrus will require full sun, especially if it's grown in a container and not in the ground. Because when you plant a plant in a container, the requirements are very different than if you're planting it out in the ground, because most nurseries label their plant tags if you are going to plant them out in the ground. And so in containers, they're a little bit more, we'll say, delicate in a way. You'll have to take care of them more often than if they were out in the ground. And so citrus, they have to be in an area where they receive 6+ hours of direct sunlight so they can perform the best for you. Number two, fertilizing. Fertilizing, you want to fertilize or hit it with fertilizer based on the fertilizer you use. Every fertilizer is different and you apply it differently every single time you use it. And so in the directions, it should say how many times you should apply it in a certain amount of period of time. So if it says you grow it within 3 months, or you place it within 3 months, every 3 months you will have to place the fertilizer so your citrus tree could be fed the nutrients and all the good things it needs for it to grow on and live its life in a container. Number three, watering. You have to be careful with watering because citrus is very delicate when it comes to watering. You do not want to water from on top. You want to water from the base, around the circumference of the root system, because if you water on top or at the base, it will make the plant more vulnerable to whitefly, powdery mildew, or fungal disease. And so you don't want none of that to happen. So you want to water around the circumference of the root system, so it could get the water it needs, but it does not sit in water, or the water is in direct contact with the base or with the leaves. Thanks for watching this video on growing citrus in containers. If you learned something new, please leave a like down below, and also subscribe to show your amazing support towards the Ultimate Gardening channel, and also share with your friends and families to show other generations where their food comes from, but not only that, but learn how to grow it too. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next following up year. Thank you all so much for watching, and never forget to grow big, Ultimate Gardeners. Bye guys.